What's up, world? GameStop drop. I just went to sit in line. I actually took off work today. Actually, I didn't take off work because of the drop. I was taking off work and it just so happened to be the drop. So, GameStop had a drop. They had about, I don't know, 66 ETBs. I was two people away from being able to open or get an ETB. So, probably should have went in a little bit earlier. I got in my own way, got in my own head. So, Um, but I'm going to learn from this situation. So go with your first gut. So here's your first pack for Mega Evolutions. It's a new set that just came out. I've been thinking more and more about my content and like what I want to post. Um, I really like finance. I was really into real estate. So I was like, I'm gonna mix that up a little bit and kind of go through like budgeting and like how to save money. Um, I kind of got into finance. First person I got into it with was uh, Dave Ramsey, who a lot of people aren't a huge fan of right now. Oh, snap. First hit. Wow. First hit. That's crazy. When I bought these cards, I was like, I'm not really sure if there's going to be any um, hits. I think I'm just going to enjoy opening. So I guess having that mindset helps when you actually get something. But I start off with Dave Ramsey with the baby steps. I think a lot of people, I think starting there is a good idea. But I've since graduated. I don't necessarily believe in having absolute zero debt, especially when it comes to investing and supporting your family and stuff. You're going to need debt to be smart with it. But some people don't need to have debt whatsoever just because for some, it's kind of a lot. Um, it's easy for them to fall back into that debt habit. So find your like what works for you and lean on that. Don't allow lifestyle inflation. I think when it comes to like getting a raise, whatever your life is at that moment, try to continue to be in that same um tax bracket, not tax bracket, but spending bracket. So if you got a raise and you used to spend um like $100 on groceries a month or $100 on going out to eat a month, don't go to spending $200 a month on groceries or on the restaurants. Uh, take that money, invest it, throw it in your retirement account, throw it into um, the stock market. I feel like those are better investments rather than going out and spending more money on clothes. I've never seen this card before. That's nice. Spending it on clothes, spending it on just Pokemon cards. Like set yourself a budget because real quick you can end up in a situation where you're spending way more money than you intended to. An app I like to use. Oh snap! App I like to use is here's the next hit for today. Nice. App I like to use is Monarch. It's a really good app. It tracks everything. I'm really particular about my I need to sleep these two in a second. I'm really particular about my finances. Back when they had Mint, which was free, Monarch is not free. I think it's like $100 or $80 a year. I think it's well worth it. I know exactly where all my money is, how much I spent, how much I'm spending. I am, my battery's about to die. I wonder how far I can get. Let's see. I'm at 4 minutes or 4.5. Um, but yeah, find a good app. Finally, I've been looking for. So when you play Pokemon in the game, you can't put a Pokemon who is not basic. So, like with this card, this is the stage two of, or I guess you call this stage one compared to basic. So I can't play this card unless I have this card on the field first and it evolving. So I like the Tangrowth. So now that I have Tangela, I can if I do end up playing again, I can play that card. So exciting. But yeah, set limits, release determination, Celebi, Hollow Celebi, Clawitzer, and Mystery Garden. This is my second Mystery Garden. That's awesome. Um, yeah, set limits. Don't allow lifestyle inflation. Set goals. Sometimes you need to have finance goals. I have 10 packs, by the way. So I don't know how long that's going to get me before my camera dies. And if it does die, I'll just pause. So maybe I should pause after this next pack and then just replace it. We'll see how far it gets. Yeah, I'm gonna pause after this pack and then start back again. So, also I told y'all like I like real estate. Um, I think everybody should buy a house, especially if you have the means to, if you have a VA loan, if you have a down payment or using the NACA program. Um, all those are great tools to use to get into real estate, buying your first house. It's definitely a season of possibly just renting. Oh, snap. Mega Manetric. Wow, I'm actually getting some good hits. I was not expecting this whatsoever. Um, but if you're looking to get in real estate invested, I would start off with what you actually, we're going to pause in three, two, one, pause. All right, so picking up where I left off. Actually, I don't even know where I left off. I don't know how streamers continue to record the whole time. I'm actually using a DSLR, so maybe I need to use the actual webcam. Webcams have come a long way since I first had one. It used to be like super blurry, but now they have like HD ones. So maybe I should invest in that. Um, but yeah, I had to just replace the battery. So we're back. I think I was talking about getting into real estate. Nowadays, with the market the way it is, it's kind of, it might be, depending on the market you're in, it might be smarter to kind of be in a rental because if something breaks in a rental, then all you have to do is call up the landlord and they'll come fix it. Now you want to be a good tenant. Like I have an Airbnb right now. They messaged me to let me know that the washer stopped working. Um, and the washers, you know, it's understandable that that happened. Um, it's a couple years old. So it's actually one of those stackable washer and dryers. And the dryer still works. It's just the washer stops working. So it's time for an upgrade, honestly, especially when you have an Airbnb. They're a long-term tenant right now, so um, there's not a huge rush like get it in before the next guest comes in. But I want to take care of them as fast as I can. So, uh, and then you want to have a good washer and dryer when you have a rental or Airbnb, really. So, yeah, during the off season, I rent out my Airbnb for longer terms, just because um, it's so sporadic. How did I get into it? How did I get into renting Airbnb? I think it was like something I really wanted to try. So I ended up just looking for a place to rent in Panama City, somewhere I was familiar with, and just went after it, you know. So would I suggest to anyone else? I I learned a lot. There are some like I don't know if I would ever buy one with HOA ever again. Um, there's a whole story for that. But aside from just Airbnb, like get a home that you're comfortable with, get roommates. That's a form of Airbnb. Even if you rent the place, you're the main renter, and then you get some roommates who are paying the rent. Like if the rent is like, I don't know, $1,500 a month, and you get three roommates, and they each pay $500 a month, then the rent is covered. And now you're not worried about the house stuff. Now, if something breaks, guess what? And this is the 10 growth I was talking about that I really enjoy playing with. Um, you just hit up the landlord. So like you're just kind of like the middleman, you got a free place to stay. So that's something I've never seen this one before. Maneri? Maneri? I don't know. think I pronounced that wrong. Nice, Mega Kangaskhan. I don't know if y'all seen the full art of this, but the full art is pretty sick. It's kind of similar to this one, but um, but different at the same time. All right, down to two packs. But yeah, that's a strategy I probably would do if I was to do it all over again. Is just get roommates. There's multifamily, there's fix and flips, all those different things. Process. The burr process is basically buying a house that needs to be fixed up, fixing it up, and then refinancing it so that way you take the money out that you invested, and then now the home is pretty much on its own 2 feet, and you take the money that you originally invested that you just took out and put it towards the next project. So yeah, that's all like the real estate stuff that I kind of got going on. Not going on, but what I like would suggest. Credit card debt, don't do it. Don't recommend it. Pay off your credit cards off every month. Don't let it mega absol. Let's go. Don't let it pile up, like you're just losing money at that point. I don't recommend it whatsoever. Here's the hit book. So there we go. Um, last batch magic. So yeah, I have a couple credit cards, and every single one of them gets paid off each month. If I so happen just to miss a payment, like my auto pay didn't go through or something like that, usually they're pretty nice, especially if it's the first time. If you call your bank and just say, "Hey, like I'm a good payer. I've been with your bank for this long. I think I would like to re I would like to request." There we go. I would like to request a waive of the late fee and the reversal of the interest. So, but yeah, other than that, those are kind of like my off the dome real estate investing, real estate investing finances that I think people should do at the bare minimum. So, all right, coming down to the wire, last couple. We see nice scroll and double hit. No. Wow. Okay. Out of 10 packs, here's the latest hit. Come on, folks. There we go. My chase cards out of this whole thing was the Venus, the Bulbasaur evolutions. So I didn't get the hit that I wanted, but all in all, I got some pretty good hits. Some couple EXs, Mystery Garden, which I already have, which is dope. But to to get these cards, I think it's not bad. Not a bad hit. I mean, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I had 10 packs. And out of my 10 packs, I had seven hits. That's a 70% hit rate. Boom. So yeah, that's all I got for this evening. Appreciate y'all watching. There's the whole background on going to GameStop. I was really like anxious about it and overthinking it. Like I didn't want to get in line. I'm around these people who aren't very like excited. Um, uh, I lucked out and got around these amazing folks who were just like, I'm in line, just having a good time, hoping to get what they came for. Unfortunately, we didn't get the ETBs that we wanted, but we still had fun. I think it's also fun when you start meeting folks and you end up going with them. You're meeting up with them, so you're just kind of like hanging out. Um, so yeah, that's all I got for this week. Thank y'all so much for watching. Huge shout out to Jerome. Thank you so much for being so supportive. Really good friend of mine who has been QCing my YouTube and my social medias, which has been a huge help. So thank you for that, brother. Thank you for supporting. Suggested I would go live, and I almost went live today, but I don't know all the steps. So I will to kind of get out my shell. I think the doc who started doing YouTube, who started back here recently, would be really proud of where I'm at now. So do things that would make future you proud. Learn from your mistakes, learn from situations you may not have really um, wanted to go a certain way. I look back on like how much I doubted going out to GameStop this morning. And as much as I want to beat myself up, I also see that, hey, I really didn't like that. I didn't really like that feeling of doubting myself and then it then going through and be like, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So learn from that. And now, like the next time, I have fuel to avoid that. So all in all, again, thank y'all so much for watching. And that will be the end of this video and super cool outro. Until next time.